As of now, Gonzaga would have an easier path to the finals. They play Creighton in the round of they play Creighton in the Sweet 16, and in the Elite Eight, they'd have the winner of 6-seeded USC versus 7-seeded Oregon. This is already considered one of the easier paths compared to some of the other teams from the Midwest or the South bracket, such as Baylor and Houston having to go through hot teams compared to Villanova. Compared to Gonzaga getting teams that aren't expected to be where they are. If Gonzaga were to make it to the national championship and win against, for example, Baylor or Houston, the top seeded teams from the other bracket, they would definitely be viewed as one of the best college teams of all time. They have the talent, and finally winning would make a convincing argument. However, if they were to get lucky and end up playing However, if they were to get lucky and end up facing more lower seeds on their path, so for example, they could end up facing UCLA in the Final Four, and even Syracuse, Oregon State, or Oral Roberts in the championship if those teams make it. Their tournament would not their title would not be viewed as their tournament run would not be viewed as their tournament view would not be viewed as against superior competition as other championship teams have gone through. Championship teams that have had to be beat mark few led Gonzaga teams that fell short. With being no blue bloods in this tournament, no Duke, no Kentucky, no one is really a heavy favorite besides Gonzaga. No matter what, when Duke or Kentucky make a tournament, whether they're a 1 seed or an 8 seed, they're expected to make a run due to the quality of their recruits, quality of their players, and quality of their coaches. Gonzaga is finally in this category and can be considered a blue blood of the 2010 era. Gonzaga has always been relevant along with Virginia, and now they're finally getting recruits such as Jalen Suggs to compete against these elite teams and other elite programs and elite coaches. This is the year that they have to win to prove themselves to stick around as an elite school. If they can't win a championship this year, I'd see no reason for any recruit to want to go to Gonzaga. They have the talent and they're heavily favored this year to go undefeated and win the championship. If they can't win in these circumstances, it would really be a shame towards this program because they've been great for so long, but they have nothing to show for it. If they can't win this year, Gonzaga won't be looked on as a good program. They'll just be looked at as another program from a smaller conference that had a strong run for a couple of years but never got anything to show for it. Teams that come to mind like this is Wichita State, a team that made it. While Gonzaga has been significantly better than Wichita State had made a couple runs and was always considered relevant for a couple of years. They also play in a stronger conference like the American, where Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference is expected to win every year, and that is one of the safer picks when choosing who's going to win a conference. Gonzaga consistently dominates the West Coast Conference competition and never seems to be fazed by their opponents, often winning games by 50 points. However, if Gonzaga can win the tournament this year, they'll prove that they're legit and they are undefeated. While they haven't played as many great teams in conference, their non-conference schedule this season was up to standard as every other team in the country. They played teams such as Virginia and Auburn and other Power 5 schools on their path to an undefeated season. If they were to go undefeated and win the national championship, they would be 32-0, a very impressive record, no matter who the competition is. Playing in the bubble and playing through a COVID season will definitely add to the difficulty that it was, and the amount of upsets in this tournament that they were unable to be upset, came in as the favorite and ended up winning. If this Gonzaga team is able to win, they will go down as one of the better teams in NCAA history, and the argument for the best team of all time could be made, or at least in recent era. But if they don't win, this could be the end of Gonzaga as a top team